god, that feels awful. It probably was my fault. No. Oh my god, this is chaos. Thinking about it. Well, we woke up to a pretty loud bang, and we jumped out, and it's really hard to see. You can't see anything, but there's wind is blowing like pretty good. Maybe we swung into a coral head that I didn't see because I dove the boat, but it feels we are definitely on some reef right now.
My anchor alarm went off.
Oh, shit.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know.
See anything.
You can't see anything.
So it's blowing like 30 knots, really not forecasted.
Holy.
A bunch of stuff's going wrong. My anchor alarm went off overnight but didn't make any noise on my phone. And to make matters worse, one of the cuts I got from the reef while surfing on my ankle is just completely swollen up. It's building to 35 knots right now. The model wasn't showing that, so we gotta get out of here. Not only is the fetch causing what is now a very short amount of road out on our anchor line to we're hobby horsing up, and then the anchor's pulling us back down hard, but we can't release any more because we're into coral behind us. If I knew we were safe to fire up the engine and turn the propeller and motor a few meters forward and pull up some chain, I would, but I really don't want to risk damaging the rudder or the propeller when we've got light pretty soon here. Alie, we gotta start trying to get out of here.
You can see the coral head?
We're like on shallow.
Oh god, that feels awful.
We're in 8 feet of water all of a sudden. We're grounded.
No, our draft is 6. What do we do?
I'm gonna try motoring. I think we gotta try. I think we're in mode
We can't see any other coral heads. Oh, that feels awful. What's happening? You going forward? Forward!
I don't know what she's doing, but it doesn't sound good up there.
No!
We're grounded. Okay. We gotta check our bilges.
I can't do this anymore. I need to go home.
Can you call the town? 116. Let them know we're having an emergency. We're grounded.
Hey, security! Kiana, the only boat in the anchor here, washed up on the reef and getting slammed around. If someone could come help us, that'd be great. There's 2 people on board. And 145.21. There's no imminent danger to the people on board, but our boat is getting destroyed on the reef.
Station standby.
Can you try and suck in that chain? Like put it back on the track?
I don't think so. We're like super grounded.
We should have just left it. We're gonna lose the boat.
Security, this is Ruffian. We have your position. Unfortunately, we are in a different atoll. We are in Fakarava. If your position worsens and you want us to relay a mayday or a counter,
We can mayday. We're a mayday. This is Kiana. We are fully dry reef right now, and the wind is blowing us pretty hard
Into the reef.
into the reef. We're not taking on water yet, but I would consider this a mayday. Not a mayday, but if there's any way we can get assistance, But anyway, a boat can help pull us off of this.
Okay, Kiana, I will relay your position and see if anybody is in that anchorage that can help you that's on the radio. Ruffian.
Oui, c'est vrai. Okay, merci beaucoup.
Ok, bougez pas.
Somebody's coming.
Okay, let's get emergency ready if we flip. I want life jackets. I want stuff stowed that's valuable in computers. I'm gonna get the emergency flood pump out. Give me that first. It's okay. Okay, help's coming. Help's coming.
It feels like it was my fault because the chain skipped off the trap.
It's not your fault. Not your fault.
We're gonna lose this boat.
Okay, let's get our valuables. I want your Mac. I want my computer.
What do you want with it?
Just put it where we can bail it into another boat. Life jackets. This is the worst.
This is the worst possible thing that could happen.
So somebody's actually gonna come try to pull us off?
Yes.
They have a big fucking boat. Is our anchor gone?
No, our anchor's still there. The chain might even still be attached to the boat. It just skipped off the track and let it all out, and I couldn't grab it because it was surging so fast.
I couldn't see what was going on, so I didn't know to motor forward. It was so dark. Yeah, I'm gonna go forward. I'm gonna go forward and tie this line to the bow cleats.
What do you want me to do back here?
Just don't go overboard. Stay by the radio.
So what happened was I tried to pull in the anchor and it skipped off the track because there was a huge wave at that time. All of our anchor chain started letting out and the boat started drifting away. I couldn't grab the anchor chain because it was just so fast and so much strength, I would have broken my hand. So Kiana washed up under the reef. We're now sitting on it on like a 45-degree angle. And every time a big gust or a wave happens, we tip and we're just rocking around, destroying our hull probably. My biggest fear was always losing the boat. I feel like we might. So Buddy from the radio is here with his boat. It's not a big boat though. I don't know if this is gonna work. We're 22,500 pounds. The boat's here. Big boat? No. Oh, we have so much water. There's a lot. Oui, il est 2 personnes. Merci, merci. Ben tested this before we left, but I did not. I don't know how to set the crash pump up. Are they about to pull us?
Yeah. I don't think that's a big enough boat.
I don't think it is either.
Can you be ready at the anchor to get the chain reset properly?
To put it back on this thing?
Yeah, because I did it on itself. When you understand the chain, there's gonna be some metal fucking in there, fucked it all up. So let's make sure it's free and clear. I moved it already.
Okay.
These guys are actually pulling us. We might get out of here.
By 6 a.m., we were told that we were obligated to leave the boat while they attempted to pull her off the reef. We were too shallow to take the dinghy, so the rescuers told us to swim to their boat.
We gotta swim off the boat.
There was no way I was physically capable of swimming against that kind of wind and waves, and I elected to find a way through the coral in the dinghy.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm gonna get it back.
Back to land and just let them take care of it, and it's a really hard thing, just letting go of control. And
I feel like I need to be there.
we know that the anchor's down, like we know things about the boat, but I recognize that right now, like in a dinghy and hysterical, like we're kind of a liability, and we just have to let them do it, and that's really hard.
Just left it. Not moved until the wind died. I have insurance.
This is Kiana one day earlier, anchored in 30 feet in the marked anchorage next to the reef. While the model showed the regular trade winds blowing from the east for this foreseeable future, a low front from the south with 40+ knots caused us to swing into a bommy, slamming against it every time a wave knocked us. As we tried to lift the anchor and move to safety, I removed the snubber and started to bring up the hook. Kiana's bow was tossed up by a big wave that knocked the anchor chain off of the Gypsy, causing it to pay out at a rate way too fast for me to grab without breaking my hand. Ben had the boat in low RPMs forward at this time and was trying desperately to see what was going on and hear me above the weather. But once the chain was off the track, it took about 3 seconds for Kiana to be tossed onto the reef.
No, only please predict wind. They got that again. Et maintenant, je regarde maintenant et c'est non plus, c'est currently rien. He said he saw that the anchor is on a rock, and he saw that it's on our boat, and we're gonna go to his house and wait until the wind calms down, because right now the anchor is just so, everything's now I just feel like an idiot.
Allez, restez chez moi. Lucas, le bateau croit bien.
Okay.
So we're hoping that the wind subsides by noon, is what they're saying, maybe? That's like 6 hours. Alright, so Bruno and his wife have been kind enough to set us up in their guest room. We had a shower, dry clothes. We've had some coffee and a light breakfast. And then we went to take a look at the boat. Man, it's not looking good. We need this wind. This is devastating. Like, there's nothing we can do until the wind backs off, and it just feels like it's getting stronger right now, and it's just bashing the boat around.
Bruno checked in on us periodically and gave medical attention to Ben's alarmingly swollen ankle.
We're getting top service here.
But waiting for the wind to calm down was torture, knowing that Kiana was out there just getting slammed around the reef with every passing minute.
All right, so we just went to talk to Bruno. Wind is calming down a little bit like it was forecasted, but not enough. We're gonna wait a couple more hours. In the meantime, my infected foot is like, it feels like I have a broken ankle and like lower shin. I don't know what's going on there, but I can barely walk, which is bad timing. Honestly, if we don't get this thing moving soon, there's a big storm coming.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He said it's not going to get any more calm, so we're going to try. We're going to eat food, discuss a plan, try to get this boat off the reef and floating again. My home, my love. Ça sent bon.
Oui, ça sent bon.
Chicken and lentils.
Rice,
Merci.
Yeah, the wind's a bit low.
good.
Oui, bien sûr.
Et,
C'est beaucoup.
Aline, Ben, bien manger, hein, ok?
Ok, merci.
Ok? Hey, water on the glassy et no glassy.
Ok, merci.
Ok?
Comment est-ce que vous cherchez du l'eau ici sur l'île?
Pluie.
Vraiment?
Oui, ah non, c'est pluie. Pluie.
Cool.
Et
I'm feeling hopeful that the coral is really soft and that it's not breaking our hull, and that maybe we'll be able to get her to float and she won't have that much leaks, like damage I'm expecting, but hopefully
nothing critical.
Yeah. The French guy on the boat in front of Cole came by to say that, like, we maybe should call the shipyard in Akawawara, whatever. Apataki, yeah. Because he said he's seen this happen in the past, and when they did get off the reef, they needed a tow. And he's like, and sometimes if you wait too many days, like, when you need a tow, then your boat is lost. But we haven't...
We can get a tow from there?
Yeah, but you have to pay. And you do have to pay in advance, he said.
Insurance. Alright, so I'm back in the room here, just keeping my foot elevated. The whatever pill they gave me, I'm not sure if it's like antibiotics or a painkiller or maybe like something that takes the swelling down, but that's helping. I feel like such a dumbass right now. I did read the weather. I thought it was going to be light today, but our plan was to leave Sunday ahead of the Tuesday storm. And I thought we had that window safe in the lagoon there. But I just trusted the model kind of had two systems colliding and it made them null on the model, which looking back, I should have realized that the big low pressure system that we're feeling here was going to overpower the trade wind system. With hindsight, that's really obvious to me now, but anyway, we shouldn't have been there. We should have moved to the dock after a boat left last night. We should have gone and taken their spot. So yeah, disappointed in myself for even leaving the boat there with that weather coming. And just feel like a jackass, you know, like grinding up the coral reef, relying on the locals the way we are right now. I feel so helpless and just stupid right now.
At this point, we were starting to understand that the people who had rescued us off the boat were just a group of community members who had taken it upon themselves to help boaters in trouble. They aren't a paid organization trained in ocean rescue or getting boats off reefs. These are people that are volunteering their personal boats. And while they wanted to help us, they had concerns about liability, as did the mayor of the town.
So that's the main problem is with the question of responsibility, because normally it's not responsible for this. They will do this because the population wants, but they are just to wait the opinion and the position of the mayor.
This is too much help. I want to go back to my boat. I need to get my stuff. I don't want to sleep in a stranger's house.
Okay, look, we can't go get our things. It feels like a racket.
It feels like I'm out of control and I just want to go get my boat. I want to get my stuff. I want to sleep in my bed.
The guys that first showed up were ready to pull.
I know. I want to do something about this and I feel like they're holding me back.
Yeah, but we need the mayor's permission if we're going to get the town to help. So the update is that we're no longer gearing up to go try this afternoon. It's now their only responsibility is to get humans off the boat and not worry about the boat.
And the police don't let people on boats like that, so we're not allowed to go get our phone and our toothbrush and our
Yeah, if I'd have known we were leaving the boat, abandoning the boat, we would have ditched with all our
I
stuff.
prepared our laptops and our phones and our toothbrushes.
We thought we were just getting off the boat for a minute so
But
that
I
they
thought-
could pull it free and then we get back on it.
Exactly. So I don't have anything.
So now I feel like we're stranded here. We have to ask the mayor's permission if the town boats are going to help, like kind of go out of the mandate of what they legally are supposed to do. The mayor has to like put his neck on the line and let the town people help us. And then the town people have to vote to help us.
Which they will.
They will, for sure.
But we need
They already tried
permission.
to help until this guy got in the way.
We need permission from the mayor in order to have the town help us.
So today's Saturday. There's a big storm coming Tuesday or Wednesday that is honestly just going to pulverize the boat if it doesn't move before then. And to me, it just feels like we're just wasting time. Like, let's go. Like, let's go.
So now they want to dive. The mayor wants to dive on the boat first to see how bad it is before he makes his decision, but he won't dive now. He wants to dive once the current has slowed down. So he's going to dive tomorrow morning at high tide to see how much water is under the boat,
when we should be moving the boat.
see if it's bad, and make his decision then. So now Ben and I are just like stranded, not allowed to go back to our boat.
And the other thing is, so the other option is to hire a towboat from Apataki, and from like, it's going to be super expensive, but we have an option to like get this professionally dealt with. But it's got to happen before the storm, I think, and we can only do it if we commit the money in advance, and we can't commit the money because we don't have our wallet, our phone, our computers, or anything, and we're just being like held hostage here on land. Feels like even if we want to just solve this ourselves, we're not allowed to go back to the boat. Like, if we went, do you think they'd like hold us back?
We might get fined. We
We'd
have
get put
our
in fucking
dinghy.
jail. So
We
the
have-
policemen won't let us.
We have our dinghy. We could just drive ourselves back to the boat, but it's against the law.
I really want to go get my phone and my wallet and my passport, like at a minimum, and medicine for my foot.
my computer so I can work. Like,
Yeah, we're just like totally at the mercy of what these people decide right now, and there's a looming storm, and our boat is going to get pulverized on the reef, and we can't even do anything about it. Like, we can't take action.
I'm so helpless right now. I feel so...
In an atoll about 90 miles away, there were professionals who could tow us off the reef. However, they wouldn't agree to anything without payment up front. But since our wallets were on the boat where we couldn't get them, we had to make the embarrassing phone call to Ben's parents to ask for money and help.
Fortunately, I got some bad news. Yours is the only number I can remember on WhatsApp, but our boat got washed up onto a reef last night in an unexpected storm. So we're currently on land being taken care of by the community, but the boat is potentially going to be a total loss. And we're just give me a second.
Okay.
Lui va rester, ça c'est pas bon. Regarde.
You can't come.
What's the plan? Is the mayor gone?
Et le mayor, you're just toi et moi.
Non, toi, moi, avec on va aller en bateau.
Ok. Et planche?
Oui,
Ok.
c'est-à-dire nous, on est obligé de plonger. C'est bon, c'est bon. On est obligé de plonger. On va aller sur le voilier chercher tous vos affaires.
Ok.
Il y a des sacs pour que ça mouille pas vos affaires.
Yeah.
Parce que votre bateau, le bateau peut pas venir à côté, hein.
Okay. So, what do you need off the boat? Make me...
Hey.
Sucks being on the sidelines right now, but I can honestly barely walk without this walking stick. Gotta give the guys credit out there. They're diving the boat. They're trying to understand what's possible, what's not possible. I'm sure it's not pleasant in the reef in those conditions. I don't feel very optimistic.
This is my... my stuff floating in water. The beginning of the dream. It's only the beginning of the dream, and it's already squashed.
Demain, normalement 6 heures, 3 bateaux, on va les faire.
Tomorrow at 6 a.m. we're gonna take 3 boats and we're gonna try.
Good. How much water's in the boat?
So, it's on quite an angle.
Yeah.
So there's water above the floorboards.
Mm-hmm.
But
Are the bilge pumps running?
no, because the water's not in the bilge.
Okay.
So when I opened it, the water's not in the bilge. The water is
on
like
the side of the hull.
covered between the nav station and the seat is like maybe a foot of
Okay.
water.
Our electrical panel is in jeopardy then, but what can we do right now?
I wonder if it's from
We're lucky it's not the battery side.
Q-bolts. Yes, we're lucky. It sounds like they're all like laughing and feeling pretty hopeful that we can get the boat off tomorrow. And they're like, wow, it's not stuck. It's just leaning up against coral. It's good news.
Yeah.
I don't know about the water inside. It feels like going like into a horror movie where they walk through like their hometown after like zombies have been there. It was weird crawling through the boat because it's on it's like on its side now. So I was like scaling, like clambering around my home that is like water floating in it, and there's
probably a hole where you can't see because the reef's in the way. Passports. Feeling a little better. Feeling a little more optimistic now.
Well, it's been one hell of a day. I would like to wake up tomorrow. I would like to be going to bed tomorrow having this resolved. At least having the boat float and us having a path forward. Probably doing repairs, that's fine. But we're gonna turn in for the night, waking up early tomorrow to be at the boat to try to pull it off the reef at 6 a.m. So we're gonna turn it in. And we'll see you tomorrow for what is hopefully a better day. A day full of good news and putting this behind us. Bonsoir.
Make sure you hit subscribe so that you don't miss out on what happens next as we do everything humanly possible to get our boat back.
Les opérateurs de bateaux fightés.
Okay, get in the boat! Windlass isn't super strong.
See you next week. Ding.